Known to have a quick wit and a biting tongue, Cotton Fitzsimmons might have been the greatest storyteller to come out of Hannibal, Missouri, if it hadn't been the birthplace of Mark Twain. After helping to orchestrate the trade that brought Charles Barkley to Phoenix, Cotton drove his new star downtown in a convertible to see the site of their brand new arena. Now, when Barkley made a comment about the midday temperature, Cotton said, "Look, Charles, everybody knows that eventually you're going to hell. We're just getting you used to the heat." One of the game's most colorful personalities also knew a thing or two about winning basketball games.
Now let's go to work real quick. Get into it, quick!
During his more than 4 decades as a coach, front office executive, and TV analyst, Lowell Cotton Fitzsimmons was one of the game's most inspiring motivators.
That's it, Chuck. Now set up, Sam, set up!
Under the tutelage of Hall of Fame coach Tex Winter, Cotton led Kansas State to national prominence. He went on to become the head coach of the Phoenix Suns in 1970, guiding them to their first winning season.
Cotton Fitzsimmons had a reputation, even as a young coach. He was one of the most positive people I had ever met, and he had a great perspective.
After leaving Phoenix, Fitzsimmons made several NBA stops, but one constant remained: his reputation for taking over struggling teams and turning them into contenders.
He was a great coach. His players were really endeared to his personality and his sense of humor.
Walk on, my.
Cotton returned to the Valley of the Sun in the late 1980s, serving first as head coach, then in the front office, where he helped assemble the team that would reach the 1993 NBA Finals.
Take your time, get a good shot every time. All of you go to the board, use your quickness and speed.
A 2-time NBA Coach of the Year, he led his teams to 3 appearances in the Western Conference Finals. Fitzsimmons won 832 games during his 21-year NBA career.
Of all that he stood for, what he represented in our community, he was about as popular as an individual could be. People could see that he was real.
Speaking on behalf of the late Cotton Fitzsimmons in this recorded message is his wife, Joanne Fitzsimmons.
The relationship between Jerry Colangelo and Cotton began over 50 years ago, and it continued to grow as Cotton moved on to coach other teams in 4 different cities, but they wound up back together again in 1987. People are always surprised to learn that they never had a contract, just a handshake. When Jerry called to tell me that Cotton would be inducted into the Hall of Fame, I was thrilled. I was grateful and, of course, very proud, but ultimately also sad and tearful because I knew that I would be accepting the award in his place. And it reminded me of all our friends that have always been there for me whenever I am sad. Charles and Maureen Barkley were concerned about me spending so much time alone, so they gave me the second love of my life, my dog Gracie. And I often recall the many wonderful experiences that Cotton and I shared with Phil and Penny Knight, and the special bond that we've had for all these years is truly a gift. 3 dear friends will be by my side tonight, but I could have filled the entire stage with the many people who've touched our lives and continue to give me the love and support to this very day. The good news is that so many of you have been such a big part of our lives. We've shared so many memorable experiences and have had so much fun along the way. But thank you from the bottom of my heart for continuing to share your lives with me, and I look forward to us creating many more memories. Thank you to the Hall of Fame for honoring my husband, and of course to all the players who made it possible for him to live his dream. Cotton's love of coaching was rooted in his genuine love of his players. Cotton never met a stranger, and to this day, 17 years after his passing, people always want to tell me about their personal experiences with him and how he did something that made them feel special. It still happens all the time. I'd like to close with a quote from Bob Costas. After Cotton passed, he sent me a heartwarming note. The last line simply said, "Cotton treated me like a somebody when I was a nobody." that personifies all that Cotton was as a coach and a man.
Representing the late Cotton Fitzsimmons is Joanne Fitzsimmons. Presenting Cotton to the Hall of Fame are good friends and a pair of fellow members of the Phoenix Suns Ring of Honor, Charles Barkley and Jerry Colangelo. Congratulations to the family of the late Cotton Fitzsimmons.